the concert there, and Jason Aldean was playing, and kind of sounded like some fireworks going off, and then I think there was like the first kind of volley, and then all of a sudden the second volley, my buddy's like, I just got hit, you know, and got hit 3 times, and then people started diving for the ground, and lots of people got hit, lots of people were getting. It took a while to get him out. We had to get him over the fence and hiding under the stage for a while, you know, to be safe. And finally we had to move him because he had 3 chest wounds. And got him out here. We got 4 people in the back of a truck, but then we got turned around because there was an active shooter. So we couldn't go down the street. So we finally got an ambulance right here on this right across the street here, and got 2 of the guys in. And basically the one guy ended up dying in my arms because he was bleeding. Then my buddy got in there. We got 3 more people in the ambulance, and so but I just got a message my buddy is going to be okay. So I mean,
the guy who got hit 3 times is going to be okay.
Yeah.
Welcome back to our special edition of Out Front. We are live tonight in Las Vegas, where a police news conference is about to begin any moment. Obviously, we will be bringing you that live as this investigation continues. It comes as doctors are working around the clock, helping hundreds of victims from the mass shooting that took place behind me. I was at a hospital today. They still have 29 people still in critical care right now. And as the healing is beginning for so many, we are hearing some incredible stories of heroism and humanity, including the story of Jonathan Smith. And, you know, you may have seen his picture. It's a picture, frankly, that has been seen around the world. And the same word is in pretty much every single headline. And you can see it there. Hero. Hero, 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 hero. Jonathan was credited with saving the lives of some 30 people, even as he himself was shot in the neck. And Jonathan joins me now. He is back home. That's Irvine, California. And thank goodness for that, Jonathan. Look, I'm so grateful that you're able to talk to us. I know that you are obviously very seriously injured. You have that bullet that is still in your neck.
A woman, Christine, from here in town, and you were here at the concert. First of all, describe what happened when you first heard gunshots.
My friends and my husband and I were watching the concert. Jason Aldean had just come on stage, and everybody's excited and yelling and screaming, and we saw something that looked like fireworks. It sounded like fireworks over the side, and it was like really weird, and it was like, why are they doing the fireworks? And it popped a couple of times, and people kind of looked over, and you could see smoke or something. It was toward Mandalay Bay side, And then we saw Jason run off stage, and then people all over on the floor, the grassy area in front of the stage, were just like, some were falling and some were screaming and yelling and running. And we were in this tower up on top, and it's like everyone said hit the floor. So everyone was just like literally laying on top of each other, trying to get out of the way. And the shots just kept coming, and my husband and I ran out toward our car, and there were people hiding underneath my car for cover.
Right now, Mike Kronk, who was at the concert when the shooting broke out. Mike, just a horrifying scene right there. Tell us what you went through it.
It was very horrifying. At first, it sounded like fireworks, and then my buddy that was standing right next to me said, "I'm hit," and then we knew it was real. Got him down, and people screaming, and
he got hit right in the chest.
Just pretty horrific. My buddy got shot 3 times in the chest.
How is he doing?
Last I heard, I haven't been on the leave here, but he said he was going to be good.
My goodness. So tell us what happened in those moments afterward. How did you all get out of there?
Most people started scattering, and they climbed the fence, but I had to stay with my buddy there. So we got him over the fence once the fires stopped and slid him under his stage so we were safe. And then we transported him around the backside of the event.
How did you get him around? How did you stop the bleeding?
Got him over to the triage. There was 3 of us carrying him, and there was a cart. And so we got him on the cart, and we wheeled that around.
So you were able to get him to the triage, and then where did you all go next, and how did you find safety?
Well, I wasn't really worried about the safety part because I was going to stay with my buddy. There were no ambulances available really because it was a fire zone. So we actually got 4 wounded people in the back of a truck.
I know you got 4 wounded people in the back of the truck, but not all of them made it.
No, and no one of the guys in our truck did not make it either. I carried him out of the truck and he passed away in my arms.
Oh, I can't imagine what that must have been like, but you had the presence of mind to try to get people to safety, but this all unfolded so quickly.
Very quick. It's surreal.
And in those moments, where were your thoughts?
My first thoughts were for my buddy, you know. I mean, I wanted to make sure he was taken care of.
And I see people get blown away with like 2, 2, 3, and 5, 5, 6.
And that's my thing. Yeah, people have. I mean, I think the people that got shot first, like it went clean. It went clean through.
Yeah.
And the doctors even said it. You know what? If I was a little bit to the right, just a little bit more, it would have sliced my artery. Or if he would have been aiming, and he would have went down a little bit further, I wouldn't be here now. It would have stopped my heart instantly.
You hear people screaming for help. I think it's not humanly that we don't go back and try to help them, no matter what the circumstances that were.
At Muldoon's Saloon in Long Beach, owner Patrick Conlon heard about what Smith has been through and decided to help. He's throwing the fellow Chargers fan a fundraiser at his bar, hoping to raise enough money to help Smith with his medical bills.
You're helping another person, that went out of his way to help other people. I mean, we're kind of just returning the favor.
Yeah,
thank you, man.
Thank you, man. No, definitely.
How long have you owned the
Smith says he's doing okay physically, but emotionally he's understandably still having trouble moving past what happened that night. His brother Lewis was with him at the Harvest Festival. They're taking the emotional recovery one day at a time together.
That could have been me. But I feel like there's something else kept me here for a reason. He kept me here for a reason, and I have to keep it going for the people that aren't here.
Now it's all about recovery. Smith says he's not sure how much the medical bills are going to total, and he doesn't care. He's just thankful to be alive to take care of his 3 children. Smith says he still needs to see a specialist to see if that bullet in his neck can be removed safely. In Long Beach, Adriana Weingold, CBS 2 News.
Nearly 2 months since the shootings in Las Vegas that left 58 people dead, and today survivors, friends and families are putting their lives back together, including a local survivor. 23 ABC's Leah Pizzetti has more on the stranger that became a hero for one Tehachapi woman.
On October 1st, hundreds, thousands of lives were changed. One of those lives, Rachel Shepard. She's a local from Tehachapi that, like so many others, went to this concert with friends and, like so many others, barely walked away.
It's a hard memory.
Originally, I wasn't supposed to go. It was kind of like a last-minute thing.
The memory of coming close to death.
Every time he would start going again, we'd drop.
As close as one can get.
There were a couple times where I was prepared. I was like, this is it. Like, I'm gonna die.
Rachel Shepard remembers. She remembers getting shot. She remembers the hours it took to get to the hospital. She remembers clinging to keep each breath from becoming a last breath.
Deep breath in, deep breath out. I'm just thinking of my dad and my mom.
She remembers Jake.
Out of the corner of my eye, for some reason, I saw a girl screaming for help.
In the middle of the chaos, Jake, a random stranger with no formal medical training, saw Rachel on the ground after getting shot.
People think about it all the time, how you would react. I still think about it. And honestly, I guess until it really happens, you don't know.
Jake knew without thinking he had to help her.
Honestly, I don't know why I did what I did. For some reason, I saw her and I knew that she had to be helped.
He helped carry Rachel to the medical tent. When they got there, they became part of the confusion. Rachel called her boyfriend, who had just landed in Italy for a trip, thinking it would be goodbye.
I wanted to talk to him one last time and tell him that I loved him because I didn't think I was going to make it.
Eventually, it was their turn to leave the medical tent and go to the hospital.
There wasn't room for her in the ambulance, but the guy told me I asked if I could hold her in the corner, and they said that'd be fine. So I held her all the way to the hospital.
Rachel remembers all of this. She remembers getting in the ambulance and seeing other victims, a man who had been shot in the head. Jake says he tried to keep her focused on herself because she was losing a lot of blood.
I yelled at him a couple times because he kept telling me, "You need to tell me a story, tell me a story, keep talking to me." And I was like, I can barely breathe. I can't tell you a story.
When they made it to the hospital, Rachel says it was an unimaginable scene.
The floors were covered in blood, the walls, it was absolutely insane. It was like out of a movie. When you watch a movie and that would never happen. And this happened.
Rachel's last memory before going into her first surgery, a doctor, she still hasn't found out who, came into her room.
He grabbed my face and he said, we're gonna do this, we're gonna get you out of here. And then he just said, you're gonna make it and you're gonna do this. And I went under. And I think that was like a huge mindset. Like right before I went under.
It took 13 hours for doctors to figure out exactly where Rachel had been shot. She was hit 3 times, her spleen, her liver, and her aorta. Doctors told her she should have been dead within minutes after getting shot in the heart. But Rachel didn't die. She says throughout her time in the hospital, doctors would stop in and just stare at her in disbelief. They called her a miracle, but she disagrees.
They would come into my room and be in shock, and they couldn't believe that I was even awake. And they would tell me that, you're a miracle. And I say, no, you're the miracle. Look what you did.
Rachel attributes her survival to the doctors who helped her, to her friends who stayed by her side, and to Jake.
I wouldn't have lived if it weren't for Jake holding my wound and making sure that I didn't just bleed out.
Now she's on the road to recovery.
It was like, I think I've been shot in the head. And she looked and there was blood all down the back of my head, down the back of my neck, on my pants. And I felt it. It was like spraying out. And so I held it and we ran to another cover.
This interview was 4 days after he was shot in the back of the head.
Where 4 other people helped me. They took their shirt off, wrapped it around my head, and helped me get to the road. And then she asked the police to help, and they stopped a random passerby, and she let me go in the back of her car, and she brought me to the hospital. It went in and went along my skull and came out about 3 inches later. So if it was an inch over or even a different point of directory, it would have been in my brain and that would have been gone. So
where did it go?
It came right in the back, right in the center of my head.
Yeah, right there where he's touching. Right there where he's pointing at.
And it came out about 3 inches later along my skull.
Like on the outer surface.
Right here and here.
Yeah, see where they shaved the hair off? Yeah, that's where it went in, that's where it came out. They didn't need to get the hair out of the way.
And it went along my skull.
When we got to the hospital, we got separated, and I had his phone in my bag, which was dead. So having to wait for like 3 or 4 hours, I didn't even know if he was going to be okay, which was...
It's not going to stop me from going and seeing the rest of the world. I think I'll probably live even faster now.
Yeah, it really makes you appreciate life more and have a completely different outlook on everything.
All the memories down the road.